James Turner for the untouchable True School Sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so really intriguing news coming out of Japan, and I would even say for me personally, it's very welcome news because, you know, I was looking very forward to Anthony Olascuaga versus Jonathan Gonzalez. To me, it was a very important fight for the flyweight division. Gonzalez had a lot to prove after, you know, pretty much holding up the entire light flyweight division, pulling out of fights over and over again. Anthony Olascuaga, you know, getting his title reign started, so a lot to prove in this fight, you know. And really wasn't a whole lot of fight that happened. You know, the fight got stopped in the first round because of a head clash, and it has been revealed and it's been exposed to the public that so when the fight happened, there was a head clash. Jonathan Gonzalez was checked out by the ringside physician and the doctor. The doctor said he was fine. Roughly 30 seconds after, Gonzalez says he could not continue, to which the referee believed that Jonathan Gonzalez had quit in the fight, and they wanted to rule it right then and there that it was a TKO loss. But one of the supervisors from the Japanese Boxing Commission had advised that the fight be ruled a no contest, which initially it was. But I'm happy to report that justice has been served, and the no decision, the result of a no decision has now been overturned to a TKO loss for Jonathan Gonzalez. So Anthony Olascuaga gets a win on his resume, and Jonathan Gonzalez gets punished for quitting in the fight. Now, I like Jonathan Gonzalez. I think he's been one of the more better Puerto Rican fighters over the last couple of years. But over the last year and a half or so, he's been ridiculous, you know, pulling out of fights with Ken Shiro. Then he finally gets his fight against Anthony Olascuaga, and the first out that he could get in the fight, the first way out he can seek in the fight, he takes it and he quit in the fight. And I thought, watching it live in real time with these 4 eyes and this prescription that still works, I thought he quit on the night. And I'm glad that the Japanese Boxing Commission sees it the same way, because he didn't show any heart to fight. He really didn't show any heart to fight, and I think if they would have fought, Anthony Olascuaga was going to beat the brakes off of him, honestly. And I'm just glad now that Jonathan Gonzalez is not in a position to hold up any more weight classes, because he was holding up 108. Ken Shiro couldn't unify anymore and couldn't attempt to go undisputed because Jonathan Gonzalez was holding the division up, pulling out of fights with Ken Shiro. And then now he comes up to 112, and thank God. If they would have stuck with their initial ruling of a no contest, then they would have to do a rematch, and that would just screw the whole timeline of the flyweight division up, and, you know, really stymie Anthony Olascuaga's career. And the reality is he quit. Like, he looked for the first way out. So, you know, I like Gonzalez, but I gotta call a spade a spade. He quit in the fight, and I'm glad that justice has been served. So hopefully, you know, if he wants to continue fighting, he can go get some good fights and build his way back up. But yeah, the right decision, the correct ruling was made by the Japanese Boxing Commission. So let's talk about Anthony Olascuaga and where does he go from here, because, you know, with that win, now he has a title defense, albeit it's in very unceremonious fashion. Like, he has a chance now to unify the division with Ken Shiro. You know, he handled his business against Jonathan Gonzalez. Ken Shiro put a beating on Christopher Rosales. So now this sets up the possibility for a massive, a very exciting, very intriguing, not just rematch, but a unification fight in a rematch in a new weight class. You know, and Anthony Olascuaga has had some good fights since that fight. I'd be led to believe that he's definitely gotten more mature and more experienced since that fight. And it's in a weight class where he's going to be bigger, stronger. He's not going to have to cut, you know, those, 3 extra pounds to go down there. So, you know, he's going to be stronger. And I think the Ken Shiro Anthony Olascuaga rematch, if I had to make a list of the 10 most exciting potential fights in boxing for 2025, that right there is going to be on the list. You know, anybody who watched the first fight, you know how great it was. You know that, you know, Anthony Olascuaga, he took that fight on short notice. and if I'm not mistaken, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, he took that fight on short notice because who? Jonathan Gonzalez pulled out the fight and he stepped in. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Jonathan Gonzalez that he stepped in for. And it was a very, very short notice, very early in his career. And, you know, he gave Ken Shield one of his hardest fights. I mean, I remember when Ken Shield knocked his ass out the ring, Ken Shield was literally crying. Ken Shield Taraji was crying from stopping him because it was such a hard fight. And last year, when I had the honor to go to Japan to talk to the amazing boy Ken Shield and ask him about, you know, this fight and, you know, his career, he stated to me that Anthony Olascuaga was the guy that had given him the toughest fight of his career. So he knows what kind of fight this is. Anthony Olascuaga knows what kind of fight this is. And I'm just glad that, albeit it's in a bit of a weird, unceremonious fashion, both guys got through what they needed to get through to win their fights, to keep the title and become champion. And now in 2025, we can get it on right then and there. One of the best rematches in any weight class that could be made in boxing. Ken Shield versus Anthony Olascuaga. So that's the news, man. I wanted to get my quick little thoughts about the Japanese Boxing Commission's ruling to overturn the original decision of a no contest to a now TKO win for Anthony Olascuaga for Jonathan Gonzalez. You know, they're over there punishing Jonathan Gonzalez for quitting and not trying to fight. So, you know, that's what it is. And I hate to say that he quit or looked for a way out, but I can't ignore what I saw. There was barely anything that was wrong that was done to him. You know, yeah, it's a head clash, but that's part and parcel of boxing. You know, you go through these things. There's nicks, there's bruises. It's a contact sport. You know, he looked for the first way out. He took it, and he got punished for it. So, you know, hey, got to rebuild and get better. You know, we all know that Jonathan Gonzalez was a really good 108 pounder. 112, not quite as good as he was at 108. So it's not really surprising that he got stopped here. He's been stopped in the past by Kosai Tanaka. So, you know, that being said, you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you agree with the Japanese Boxing Commission's ruling to overturn the fight from a no contest to a TKO win for Anthony Olascuaga over Jonathan Gonzalez? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from being it. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterfield, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.